essentially strike Alfie with my biceps. I'm coming here, like so, to the sky. Now immediately, I use that to get it in. So I want you to, even if he's lower and his head's lower down, this is still going to be fine here. You can even have it as low as like down by my forearm area. What I'm doing is I'm going head over head. So I use this in conjunction with my reverse stripping action. He immediately goes to take back his space. I push and I pull that in. You can just pull it straight in. Make sure your knee is angled towards the hip crease, and I'm not trying to pull it straight. If he's tight here and I just pull it straight, I'll always hit his hip bone. However, if my foot's angled to the sky and my knee's facing down, it tends to slip in a little easier. Now from here, the next action is going to be humbling our foot in and humbling to our side. From here, instead of going to a hook sweep, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a knee pull action, and immediately I'm going to use this to get up. So I'm going to come from here, I'm going to pull, I'm going to get up like so. From there, I go to my far side armpit grip. The second I feel Alfie commit weight into me, I slide that down, and note, I'm not pulling straight back, I'm pulling to the side. So as his head is grounded, I throw this over, and I go to a head over head motion, and I'm crunching in. I'm crunching in. I'm not pulling straight back. That's the biggest mistake. People just pull back and they go, ah! We're crunching and we're compressing, closing off this space here.
The choking hand, does that calm up on your grip?
The choking hand is knuckles. Knuckles, yeah. Looking at your wristwatch.
And then you're grabbing from underneath it?
You have two different options. I like the 10-finger grip. Danny Corporal showed it to Nathan Orchard, and Nathan showed it to me, and I found good use of it. So I like this grip. You can just go to a traditional grip, it works just as well. So it's gonna be up to you guys. I would say play with them both and then form your own opinion. But the grip I'm using here, as I'm using this in, again, I'm pulling, crunching in, and I'm kind of pulling my head over the shoulder. My partner's head remains on the ground as a squeeze. I think about closing off the space here rather than pulling straight back. One more time, are we okay? Awesome. 1, 2, 3. And you can get the wrap of this, get that side point. Pull it in. And then tap. So from here, immediately when Alfie goes and he's pulling this guard, he's trying to crunch in. It's my goal to stop this crunching motion. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to place my thumb right on his hip crease. From there, as he's pulling this way, I'm pulling the opposite way. I'm trying to find his elbow. I'm trying to angle out slightly. Now from here, as he's pulling this way, I'm trying to square him up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bail out on a roll out. So he's choking me this way. I bail, and now from here, I'm going to pummel my head from the front head arm to the center line, and I'm going to pummel my ear in. From there, immediately, I take his legs. I feed it in, and then we're getting back into our leg riding series where we're coming in. So, I'm doing an ear pummel off this arm in. So, you guys can go from the top. I'm just coming here, I'm driving. Alfie can initially go through his mechanics very light and get the tap. So, the goal is to get the tap without with using very little musculature. So as Alfie goes through his mechanics, he gets the tap. Second time he goes, immediately I'm squaring him up, I'm putting my thumb right in his hip crease. From there, as he goes in this direction, I'm gonna bail out, I'm gonna open this space up. From here, he's gonna stay tight, I'm gonna pummel my ear right into his body, I'm gonna collect both legs. From here, as I'm on my hip, I'm gonna throw, trying to collect both legs, and then get ear to the middle. One more time. I come in. 1. He gets the tap. 2. Secondary rep. I go on my defense. I square to the side. He's going hard. I pummel. I open this space up. Immediately, I get my ear from his elbow to his body, and I throw over on our leg ride. All right, 1, 2, 3. We're in. I have my grip. He follows me to the mat. If he knocks me over, his head goes. I start beginning to go on a choking motion through. From here, Alfie is going to bail out to his side. When this happens, I'm going to push on his deltoid area. I'm going to push this in, and then immediately I'm going to look to, after I assist this in, I'm going to go to my elbow like so. Now from here, when he's on the side, I have the ability to drive in with my sternum on the back of his head. So as I walk, it starts to get tighter. The more he pushes on my hip here, it's going to use the principle of the elbow coming away from the body. So the more his right arm here goes away from my body, the tighter this stroke's going to be. Good. Yeah. So we're here, we get knocked to the mat, we fall in the hole, and we begin a choking motion. We begin to square. We can do this reactively or proactively. Go back. If I feel like he's taking away my choking ability by piking his hips and squaring me up, I'm going to place my foot on the mat. I'm physically going to throw him over. Now, I push deltoid area, tricep, and immediately I come in. He's pushing on my hips to defend the guillotine. It's going to assist me bringing his elbow away from his body. Now from here, I'm going to start walking in slowly. Driving out. At any time, if this fails and you're able to get a rotation going, okay. I'm just going to follow him, and I'm going to keep that high risk position. From there, I'm compressing the space. Any questions? You guys see it one more time? Yep. We're in. You get knocked to the mat, his arm drives in. Immediately I go on my choke, he goes on his defense. Proactively, I place my foot on the mat, and I kick him over. I immediately push this in to feed a high risk, and then I reinforce my elbow. I'm going to use my block to push his head in. Now, if he looks to go on rotational defense, I easily follow up and I throw in. If he goes to the other side, I can also follow fairly easily as well. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3.
Somebody, right? They're going to cross their body. So maybe my right arm is pulling my right leg.
right side is going across the body. Does that make sense? Here, here. You're like this, and you're just slipping up.
You're still seated.
I think this counts.
Right here.
I know, but.
You're shooting, man.
Definitely.
Let's see. Yeah.
It's not sweet yet.
Yeah, face back out. Confirm the hips. Face out. See, see how I fall over when you're gaining population. So make sure. And maintain that way. So focus on stop the show. Go over whichever direction. You feel how this one's stuck? Make sure you're squeezing or tweaking over right.